Hi guys, so I wanted to come at you today to let you know that I have finished Accomplice to the Villain. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Again, if you watch the review for those, I believe I posted that. I'll have to double check. But if you did watch that review, if I did post it, if I didn't post it, I will post it. It's super cute, super easy. Definitely a palate cleanser. It's just a little fun series. It's super digestible. So if for whatever reason you need, just something light, like if you've been reading something heavy or you've been reading a series that's, like 8 books long, something like that might be good to be able to jump back and forth with. It's a really good light read. If you don't know or didn't watch the other video, sorry, my kitten is attacking my necklace. It's basically a fairy tale story set from the villain's perspective. He also has an assistant, and the journey that they go through, those 3 books right here again. These 3 right here. The journey that they go on, and the drama that happens, and it is a romantasy, so there is love interest in it, and things of that nature. So super fun, super cute, super digestible, super. I am still in process of reading Angels and Demons. It is a little bit of a heavier book for me. It's one of those books that I don't particularly like to take to bed with me. My kitty. Just because there's a lot of information. It's a little bit more it needs a little bit more mental than just reading a straight romantasy book. So I haven't really been, sorry if you can hear that, my baby's trying to take a nap. So I haven't really been able to get too far into it from the last time that we talked about that book. I'm also in school. My semester started on Monday, so that's also taking up more of my time, so I'm not able to really get back into that one just yet. Hopefully I'll be able to get caught up, or stay caught up, I should say, on my homework, to where I will have some time to be able to get back into it, and hopefully finish it soon. I am a Kindle reader as well. I know some of you think that that's not really reading because it's not a physical book. Some people think audio is not really reading. Honestly, if you know what's happening within the book, you read it. Even if somebody else read it to you. So that being said, I am a Kindle reader. I do like to read my Kindle at night, when I before I go to bed. And so the book that I'm reading right now, which of course I had it, is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owens. It's basically, it's surrounding the Greek gods and trials. It's called the Crucible series. Oh, real quick before I jump back into that one, with the assistant to the Villain series. Okay, kitten, I don't want to be bit right now. There is a 4th book coming out. I don't know when, because the Accomplice to the Villain just came out on, I want to say, the 5th. Basically at the beginning of this month, so I'm not quite sure when that one's going to come out, but there will be a 4th book, because A, she didn't finish the book, like she didn't wrap up the book, and 2, she definitely stated once I looked that there would be a 4th. Sorry, I keep thinking there's something in my teeth. But anyway, back to The Games Gods Play. It is a Greek god inspired book surrounding this the games called the Crucibles. So it's very character heavy in that aspect, because there's a lot going on. It's very plot driven. I say these words as if I know what I'm actually talking about. But just to read you the synopsis, it says, "The gods love to play with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. I have never been favored by the gods, far from it, thanks to Zeus. Living as a cursed office clerk for the Order of Thieves, I just keep my head down and hope the capricious beings who rule from Olympus won't notice me. Blech. Not an easy feat, given San Francisco is Zeus's patron city. But I make do. I survive, until the night I tangle with a different god. The worst god, Hades. For the first time ever, the ruthless mercurial king of the underworld has entered the crucible, the deadly contest the gods hold to determine a new ruler to sit on the throne of Olympus. But instead of fighting their own battles, the gods name mortals to compete in their stead. So why in the underworld did Hades choose me, a sarcastic nobody with a curse on her shoulders, as his champion? And why does my heart trip every time he says I'm his? I don't know if I'm a pawn, bait, or something else entirely to this dangerously tempting god, but how can I when he has more secrets than stars in the sky? Because Hades is playing by his own rules, and death will win at any cost." So that's the synopsis for that book. I mean, obviously another romantasy. Those tend to be the easiest ones for me to read at night because, you know, even though there may be like shocking moments or, you know, plot twists or like, oh crap, you know, it's not to the point where I can't put it down and go to sleep. You know, there are other genres that either would keep me awake at night, like horror thriller, or that would just be too mentally stimulating for me to actually put them down and go to sleep. So that's why I generally will read fantasy or romantasy. Sci-fi, I generally don't like to read too much of that before bed because it's just really mentally stimulating for me and I'm just like really immersed in the world. But yeah, that's this one. And let me go back to the cover here because there is a preface regarding the triggers. So I'm going to read that just so that you guys have that in advance. It says, "In the games gods play, the Greek gods walk among us, and they are as unspeakably beautiful as they are deadly. As such, this story features elements that might not be suitable for all readers, including, long laundry list here, blood, gore, violence, human, god, and monster alike, perilous situations, hospitalizations, illness, injury, vomiting, abuse, bullying, theft, isolation, death, grief, use of alcohol, common phobias, including heights, burning, drowning, bugs, and darkness, graphic language, and sexual activity on the page. Readers who may be sensitive to these elements, please take note and prepare to enter the crucible." So if any of that triggers you, if any of that is not something that you can handle, you might want to not read this book. But I am enjoying the fact that they are putting those disclaimers in the beginning of their books so that people going into them that can't handle those kinds of things are not being shocked and awed by it. So far, it's interesting. I'm not very far into it because I just started reading it a couple days ago. But so far, it's not bad. I enjoy, you know, trials, things of that nature. Sometimes it gets a little overused, especially since, you know, we've had the Hunger Games and we've had Divergent and we've had the Maze Runner and, you know, so it's just like, sometimes it's just such a repetitive thing. But when they put, you know, interesting twists on it, like Phantasma, I don't know if you can see it up there. I think it's over here. Ooh. It's over there somewhere. Phantasma and Enchantra were also trial based, but they were a darker, twisted trial base. So I really enjoyed those. And then obviously the romance aspect of it, you know, definitely made a difference in the story. But aside from that, but yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. If you've read The Games Gods Played and you liked it, let me know. If you're interested in finding out more about it, pick it up. It is on Kindle Unlimited if you do have that. So that's cool. And then once I'm finished with it, I'll let you guys know. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.